Hi, my name's Missy. I'm fun, fabulous, and funny, and I'm a paraplegic. I'm here to introduce myself, take you on my journey, and fill you in on the past 2.5 years because I've been too afraid to start my own YouTube channel, but that changes today. I have been wanting to do a YouTube channel for so long now, so I'm so happy I'm here with you guys, but I was paralyzed 2.5 years ago, June 5th, 2019, from a tumor in my spine. After they removed it, I was paralyzed from the waist down. I had some tingling in my toes, and that's what alarmed me to go to my doctor. I was working long shifts as a ultrasound tech, and that's why I thought I was having the tingling in my feet and toes. Then the tingling kind of ran up my leg one night, and so that's when I got up and went to my doctor. I told her, maybe I have a pinched nerve. She sent me to the hospital immediately. She was very alarmed. I was not. I was like, it's definitely a pinched nerve. Me in the medical field, put it past me. But yeah, I went to the ER. They did some imaging, and it was a tumor in my spine. They said that we need to remove it immediately. They went in, and there were some things that went wrong during the surgery, and it left me paralyzed from the waist down. So woke up with the results that we did not plan for, and it went over my head. I think I didn't know that I was paralyzed. I invited my best friends up to the hospital to have a pizza party. We played Uno and ate pizza, and I think for the first few days I just didn't even realize that I was paralyzed, I think. But eventually it set in, and I was of course very upset and distraught, and I think you just put one foot in front of the other, pun intended. But you just keep going, and I think I was very positive from the get-go, and you keep going. I'm gonna go kind of quickly through what happened, but I'm gonna be going more in depth on my story because I'm going to be posting on my channel more often, so you'll get to hear all about my story. But for this first video, I'm going to kind of quickly go through my story. That way it's not long and drawn out, because it's been a 2.5-year journey. So in the beginning, I had absolutely no movement, and I couldn't feel much. I could kind of feel a little bit, but I couldn't feel exactly where on my legs you were touching. So maybe you were touching one toe, but maybe it felt like the other toe. So you're touching my big toe, and I felt like you were touching my pinky. That's how big of a difference it was. So I really couldn't tell what you were touching, but I did have some feeling. But I had absolutely no feeling at all. And fast forward to maybe a couple of months in, I was already out of therapy. I was discharged. My big toe moved on my left foot. And then maybe a month after that, my leg kicked out just barely. And a few weeks after that, it kicked out even stronger. So then they put me back into therapy. I was very fortunate, and I got to go a second round into therapy because all of a sudden I had movement. It was crazy. And so I worked really, really hard, and the right leg was not having any movement at all. And one day it kicked out. It wasn't as strong as the left one, but it kicked out. It was crazy. But the left one was now kicking out even harder. Oh my gosh, what a miracle. So I stayed in therapy even longer, and right one was now kicking harder. Then it kind of plateaued a little bit. So I discharged from therapy, and I went back to outpatient, and I was still working hard. And then I plateaued even more. But then I started getting more movement. And so I just worked harder and harder on my therapy, and I just slowly gained more and more function. I've done exosuit, where it's like a robot legs. I've done, inpatient, outpatient. I've worked with multiple different therapists. I've done day neuro, where you go 5 hours a day, 3 days a week, up to 5 days a week. Intense therapy I've done, where the therapists come to my house. I work on my own, of course. So a lot of work has gone into this. I've done yoga. I'm about to start the horseback riding therapy. I'm about to start at a gym. So this is ongoing therapy. And your girl can now walk over a football field's length in under 6 minutes. So that's pretty good, I think. I also started with a KAFO, which is a brace that goes from your foot all the way up to your hip. And that was on my right leg, the weaker one. And then on my left leg, I started with an AFO, which is a brace that goes from your foot all the way up to your knee. And now I don't use a brace at all on my left leg. Woo, woo. And then on my right leg, I only use a brace that goes the AFO. So now I only use it that goes from my foot to my knee. And that's just because my ankle doesn't work on my right foot. And that, I don't know if that'll be a forever thing, but even if so, I'm okay with that. Just brace the foot and let's go. But that's all I use now. So I'm very proud of how far I've come, and the journey's not over. 2.5 years feels like forever, but it's just the beginning. So I want to show you my journey and all the workouts that I do, and hopefully maybe it'll help you if you're, in a chair. Or if you're not in a chair, you'll just get to see all the fun I get to do. I also do aerial silks, and if you don't know what that is, you need to go look it up. But they look like curtains that hang from the ceiling. It's the best way I can describe it. But you climb up them and do flippy tricks from it. I used to do it before I was paralyzed, but it is something that I am bound and determined to do now that I am paralyzed. So I've been working on it, and I post it all on my TikTok and all on my Instagram, but I'm going to be posting longer videos on my YouTube. So that's something else that I'll be posting on here. So along with my therapy journey, if you're interested in my aerial silk journey, you can follow me on here. Also, I want to be one of the first paralyzed aerialists. And I know there's a few out there, but there are not many. So yeah, follow my journey. Lastly, I am one of the little sis on the Rollettes dance team. And I want to show you guys what all we do and what all it takes to be a little sis. It is a lot harder than it looks. So I want to show you what it takes. But I also want to show you all the fun that we have. And I live in Fort Worth, Texas. I travel from Fort Worth to California, and I travel by myself. I will be showing you guys how I do that and how that works. I will show you tips and tricks, but I'll be showing you my experiences, what airlines I take, but then I will be showing you all my experiences and all the fun I have once I get there, and what all we do with the team. But yeah, I hope you subscribe, and yeah, so here's Missy, and I can't wait to have all the fun with you guys.